So yesterday we have imported different kinds of data sources, and today we'll see some transformations. So before that, let me tell you, so what we will do here in the Power Query. We'll do ETL. So yesterday we extracted different kinds of sources. We extracted Excel, CSV, text, and database. Okay, then you will extract the data. So what you will do with the data? You will transform the data. So transformation, the basic transformations, for example, addition. If you give two inputs to the addition, if you give two inputs to the addition, so addition will have the logic a plus b, addition will have built-in logic, and it will give you the output 7. So like that, we are learning some built-in logics. We are learning today some built-in logics like a append, merge, pivot, unpivot, deleting the duplicates. These are some transformations. Pivot will have the own logic, unpivot will have the own logic. So today we are learning column transformations. So what we will learn today? We will learn these all transformations. These are simple transformations. We are going to learn these transformations today. So here, this is my source data with the ID, name, location, and salary. This is my raw data. This is my source data. This is the input. So here, let me add the columns with the 10% tax. Let me add the 10% tax for each employee. So you can create the add columns transformation, and then you will get the employee tax. Then you will get the employee tax. Let me add the columns in the Power Query transformation in the Power Query editor. First, let me get the data. Let me extract the data first. Let me extract this column and row transformation data. It's connecting with that Excel file, and it will extract into the Power BI. Let me extract some of these files. Let me load these files. So how you can come to the Power Query tool? So if you click on the transform data, it will redirect to the transformation tool, that is Power Query. Here it is opened. Power Query editor is opened. So here let me add a column. So I want to calculate rate per unit. I want to calculate rate per unit. That is a division of amount and quantity. So how you can create the column? How you can create a new column? So click on the tab add column, create a custom column. In this custom column, you will write the M language. Power Query internally uses M language. Here, let me calculate rate per unit. So that's the division of amount and quantity. Amount and quantity. So which it will create a new column. So custom column will create a new column. So here you can do the calculations. The M language calculations you can do here. We'll create a new column, rate per unit. So this is one transformation, add columns. Let me come back here. The next one is remove the columns. Here in the source, I have employee tax. I want to remove this column. So you can use the transformation, remove the columns. So you can, you remove the columns there, in this output, you didn't see the employee tax. Let me do the remove columns. So whatever you calculated here, if you right click on it, there is an option remove. So you can remove that column. So whatever the action I did, everything is recording here in the applied steps. Everything is recorded here. You can delete the previous step. You can delete the previous step and you got again rate per unit. Let's come to the next transformation. So here in the input, I have employee ID, name, and salary. I have this employee address with the street, Sri Rampur, Pune is the city, Maharashtra is the state. I want to split this. I want to split this street in one column, city Pune in one column, state Maharashtra in one column. So for that, we are going to use the transformation split column. So let me split the column. So then you will get the street, city, and state in the separate columns. Okay. So let's do this split column here with the raw data. So here I have the shipping address and the delimiter is the comma. Anand, comma, Vadodara, comma, Gujarat. So delimiter is the comma. So based on the delimiter comma, I will divide street Anand in one column, city Vadodara in one column, Gujarat that will be in another column. So right click on this, split the column, by the delimiter. So delimiter. So we have the different types of delimiters. Tab, space, semicolon, equals, comma, right? Like that. Here the delimiter is the comma. Just click on that and split the each occurrence of the delimiter. Or you can also use leftmost delimiter. Let me use leftmost delimiter. The cursor will start from the right side. If you use the rightmost, the cursor will start from the right side. So let me use leftmost delimiter. Click on OK. So now it has split into the 3 columns. This is street. This is city. And this one is, let me give, sorry. Only this splitted, right? Let me split this one also. Kochi and Kerala. Just a minute, let me roll back the step.
Sir, okay, sir. 3 columns different level, sir.
Yeah, yes. At a time you can do. By the delimiter, you can use each occurrence of the delimiter. So just click on OK. Then you will get the street, city, and state. Let me rename the columns. City and state. I got the 3 columns. So I use the split column. And there is another transformation, merge column. So in the raw data, in the input, I have street, city, state. I want to merge these 3 columns. You can use the transformation merge column and you can get the output like this. The employee address. So how you can merge it? So do the multiple selection. Click on the control button. Highlight this street, city, and state. And right click on it. There is a merge column. Let me use one custom separator. And you can give the column name, the merged column name. Customer address. So I got the customer address. It has merged. And here, so here you can see, let's discuss the sorting, sort column. You can display the data in ascending format or descending format. So in the source, I have the employee ID data. It is not in the proper format.
వెంకట గారు
Yeah.
ఒకసారి మెర్జ్ కాలమ్స్ కరికి వెళ్ళండి. అక్కడ అక్కడ స్ట్రీటు, సిటీ, స్టేటు మధ్యలో బార్ లాగా వచ్చింది చూడండి, అది అలా రాకూడదు, కమాస్ రావాలా.
Yeah, you can come to the gear icon. and use this comma.
Okay, this is the exact result in Excel file.
Yeah, yes.
Okay, okay,
Oh.
go ahead.
Yeah. So here, this is the raw data here I have. I want to display the data in ascending format or descending format. So you can do the sorting on a particular column. You can do the sorting on an employee ID. Then you will get the data in ascending format. In the order format, you will get the data. You can sorting ascending or descending, both you can do. So how you can do that ascending and descending? Let me show you here. So here I have the invoice column. So if you click on this diamond symbol, there you can see the options sort ascending and sort descending. So let me display the data in descending format. So now let me come to the another transformation. So we worked with all these transformations, right? Adding the columns, removing the columns, and split the column, and merging the columns, and sorting the column. Let me come to the some other transformations like a unpivot. So what the unpivot will do, it converts columns to the rows. So if you use the transformation unpivot, it converts this column 2015, that is the column that will be converted to the record. So this is the John in the source. What we have, John 2015 salary I have, John 2016 salary I have. So if you convert these columns to the records, the data will come like this. So this is the John 2015 salary, and this is the John 2016 salary. Okay. So like that, David 2015 salary, David 2016 salary. So if you use the transformation unpivot, it converts these columns to the records. So let me do that one here. So for that I have unpivot data set. So here I have the unpivot data set. So what I want to do, I have the data. So now ఇక్కడ 2009 data, 2010 data. So I have this from the 2009 to 2016, I have the data. So what I want to do, I want to convert these column header to the row 2009, 2010. So like that, I want to convert that. So for that, first you have to select all these columns. Let me do the multiple selection of the columns. Click on the control button and do the multiple selection. So I am going to convert these columns 2010, 11, 12 into the records. So for that, you will use the transformation unpivot columns. Just click on the unpivot. Now you got the year column and the value column. That's the amount column. So now you can see 2009 is a record now. 2010 is a record now. Before unpivoting, it was a column. So now just click on, let me rename this column name.
సార్ కాలం నేమ్ రీనేమ్ కాకుండా ఆటోమేటిక్ అవ్వదు సార్. హలో,
చేంజ్ చేయాలి మనమే,
కంపల్సరీ చేంజ్ చేయాల్సిందే సార్. ఆటోమేటిక్ అవ్వదు.
ఆటోమేటిక్ గా డిఫాల్ట్ వాల్యూ వస్తుంది. వాల్యూ.
ఓకే ఓకే ఓకే.
So this is the amount. So I converted the column to the record, 2009 record, 2010 record, 2011 row, 2012 row. Now let me come to the next transformation. Pivot. So pivot is the quite opposite to the unpivot. It converts rows to the columns. So they may ask you what is the difference between unpivot and pivot. So pivot convert row to the column. So this is my data. This is my input data. This is my input data. Here I have the data here. I have 2015 and 16. Let me do vice versa. Let me do the opposite process. I want to convert this 2015 to the column, 2016 to the another column. If you have the duplicates here, 2015 with the same value, then you have to do aggregation. You have to do total. So let me do that here. So here I have couple of data. Here I have the reason. In the reason, I have the 4 reasons. East, these are the 4 reasons here I have. So what I am doing, I want to convert this row data to the column. So this is one group, East group. This is the West group. And this is the North group. So whenever you convert this row data to the column, you have to add these all values. You have to add these all values. So here I have the best reason and I want to convert to the column. So whenever you are converting this row to the column, you have to add these all values. You have to do sum. You have to use an aggregation. Whenever you are using the pivot, you have to use an aggregation function. Let me right click on this. Do we have pivot here? No, we don't have the pivot transformation. Just click on this reason and come to the tab, transform tab. In this transform tab, there is a pivot column. Just click on the transformation pivot. So specify here value column. That is the amount. And I want to do the sum of amount. So for that, come to the advanced option and do the aggregation total. you can use the different types of aggregations. Just use the sum transformation. Just click on OK. So now the row will convert to the column. You can see East data. Here I have the data here. I have some East data, East region data, West region, and North and South region. Anyway, it has converted to the column here. So these all are the different kinds of transformations in case of column.
నల్ల ఎందుకు వచ్చింది సార్?
ఎందుకంటే మనకి ఇక్కడ డేటా లేదు
ఓకే
ఈ పర్సన్ కి.
ఓకే
దీనికి డేటా లేదు
ఓకే
పర్సన్ కి, డీలర్ కి.
ఓకే సార్ మనకి రియల్ టైంలో ఎలా మనకి టికెట్ రైజ్ అవుతుంది సార్?
మీకు జీరా టూల్ ఉంటుంది,
ఓకే
టూల్ ఉంటుంది. ఆ టూల్లో మీకు టికెట్స్ రేజ్ చేస్తారు. లేకపోతే మీకు డెవలప్మెంట్ చేయాలంటే మీకు టెక్నికల్ డిజైన్ డాక్యుమెంట్ ఇస్తారు.
ఓకే
సో టెక్నికల్ డిజైన్ డాక్యుమెంట్లో అంతా మెన్షన్ చేస్తారు ఎలా డెవలప్ చేయాలి ఏంటి అనేది. నేను ఒక టెక్నికల్ డిజైన్ డాక్యుమెంట్ ఒకటి మీకు షేర్ చేస్తాను. సో అది ఫాలో అవ్వండి. అది ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేసిన తర్వాత మీకు షేర్ చేస్తాను. సో ఫస్ట్ ఈ బేసిక్ కాంపోనెంట్స్ అన్ని మనము రెడీ చేసుకుందాం. So let's see one case study here. So what we learned here, we learned with add columns. So you can create a responsibility for the presentation in front of the interviewer. I worked with column transformations like add columns, remove columns, split column, merge column, sorting, pivot, unpivot. There is one more transformation, transpose. I'll explain you that later. It treats rows as a columns and columns as a rows. I'll explain you that in another scenario. So the interview questions you will get, what type of transformations you have used in your project. So give the answer this one. Whatever we practice now, just give that presentation. And they may ask you difference between pivot and unpivot transformation. And one more question. So name some commonly used task in the query editor. So commonly used chesedi connect with the data. So pivot columns, unpivot columns. Create custom columns. So first add columns create chesam kada. So you can use this custom column. And grouping records, that will be in the row transformation. So that I didn't explain you. So we have seen connect to the data. Here we have seen the connect to the data, get data. Some commonly used task. We have seen pivot and unpivot and create custom column. Create custom column. So we have used add columns. We have used add columns. In that you can write the formulas. Custom formulas, you can write it down there. And query formulas, you have to use M language. So still now I didn't explain you the M language. So remember this point, connect to the data, pivot columns, unpivot, and create the custom columns. And this one is, can you change the column data dynamically? Yes, we can change the column data dynamically with the parameters. So this is the parameters. So parameters we will discuss in the Power View. So So still now we didn't discuss the parameters. Parameters we'll discuss in the power view. This is your power query. So these are the interview question. Let's see one case study now. So let me open this. So this is your raw data. This is your input. This is your source data. You can say input or you can say source data. In real time, the terminology will be raw data. So with this raw data, so you can see this is not in the proper table format. This is not in the proper table format. I have the name here. Designation is here. And I have the category. And the month information is in cross tab format. That is in the cross tab format. And this is the value. This is the amounts. This is the Aarti payslip. The first one is Akash payslip. And second one is Aarti payslip. So like that I have the payslips. Aditya, some of the employees are there. These all are the employee payslips. But with this data, you cannot create the calculations and you cannot create the report. First, you have to do the transform it. First, you have to transform it. So how you have to convert? I gave the input here and I gave the output here. You have to convert into this format. In this format. So here I have the name, designation, category. So if you see the payslip, it will have the earnings and deductions. Every payslip have the earnings and deductions. Earnings with the category E underscore. Earnings are basics, HRA, LTA, leave, bonus. And deductions like a TDS, tax. So this one is Akash payslip. That is converted. This is the Aarti payslip. This is the Jan, Feb, March, April, May. So I have to convert into this format. So the given format is this one. The output I want to get like this. So let's use some transformations which are available in Power Query. Then we will convert into the table format. First extract it, then we will transform it, then we will load it. Extract the Excel workbook. Extract the payroll. So let me extract one sheet. Let's see, the preview is not, yeah, here I have the preview. Yeah, this is the data. Let me load this file into the Power BI. So this is the Akash payslip, right? Let me fill the data in downwards. These all are the Akash payslip. So let me fill these nulls with the Akash. Just click on the name and come to the fill option, fill the data in downwards. And the same thing with the designation. Fill the data in downwards. So I got the two columns, name and designation, as it is in the output. I got the name and I got the designation. So how about this final category? Let me get this column as well. So for that, first you have to find out what are the earnings. So here I have the total earning. These all are the earnings. And here I have the deductions. So here what I will do, I will write one conditional column. Just come to the add column. In conditional column, so it will use if else condition. If it uses if else condition. If category, if category contains, if the category contains total, only the string total, the category contains total, I require that column. I'm creating a new column. I require that column data, that category I require. If category doesn't contain total value, if it contains like a bonus, leave enhancement, LTA, so that value I want to place with null value. So here give the new column name. Just click on OK. Then it will create a new column for you. So I got this, right? So let me fill the data. Let me bring this to the left side. Let me bring this to the left side. So let me fill the data in. This is because this is the earning category. This is the earning category. And this one is deduction category. So what I will do, I fill the data in upwards. I'll fill the data in upwards. So for that, I will use the data fill up. Fill the data in upwards. Fill the data in upwards. So I will replace here wherever I have the total earning. I will replace with E underscore.
హలో సార్.
Yeah.
సార్ ఒక్కసారి అది బ్యాక్వర్డ్ ఒకసారి మళ్ళీ ఒకసారి రిపీట్ చేయరా? ఫిల్ డేటా ఉంది కదా.
Fill up.
అవును సార్.
Let me roll back this step.
Yes.
So here,
Yes.
total earning category. This is the total earning category.
Okay.
And this is the deduction category. So here I want to fill data in upwards, not in the downwards. Let me fill the data in upwards. To fill up the data, so I have a transformation fill option. So let me fill the data in upwards. And I have some errors, right? Let me delete that errors. So errors you can delete here. With the transformation, remove the errors. So I deleted the error values. So now I want to replace wherever I have earning, I want to place with E underscore. Wherever I have total earning, I want to place with E underscore. For that, there is a replace values.
సరే ఈ అండర్ స్కోర్ ఎందుకు వాడతారు సార్?
అది జస్ట్ మనకు అవుట్పుట్ లో అలా ఉంది. E underscore ఉంది కదా, D underscore. You can use any delimiter.
Depending upon output.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Similarly for the deduction as well. D underscore. Let me merge these two columns by clicking on the control button. I click on it and merge it without using any separator. Still working on that. The output should be come like this. Okay, it should be like a final category. Now, so what I will do, how the output is, the month information in the row format is in the rows, but here in the source, the data here have the in columns. Jan, Feb, March, the month information is in column. So I want to convert these columns to the rows. I want to convert these columns to the rows. To convert columns to the rows, we have a transformation unpivot. Unpivot. So how you can do unpivot? First, select all the month names from Jan to December. And right click on it and use the unpivot transformation. So I am converting that columns to the rows. Just click on the unpivot. So unpivot behavior is converting the columns to the rows. So just click on that. So now I got the month name, and I got the amount. So what is the first record? 3530. Let me cross check here. The 3530 is the first record value, that is Akash. Here, that is the Akash. So you got the correct data. So like that, you will use couple of transformations and you will convert into the proper table format. With this table format, now you can create the visuals. So today what we have seen the column transformations, and also we have seen one case study. And tomorrow what we'll see the row transformations. And also we'll see one more case study tomorrow. Let me stop the session today. And I will share you the recording version and the files as soon as possible. So once it is converted.
Sir, please send me files also, sir.
Yeah, I'll send.